Hi everybody! Welcome to this week's video. I hope everyone's doing great out there. I mean, this has been such a fun camp so far. I hope that you all are enjoying it. I know you're probably wondering, what is this weird contraption going on on my shirt, but this is my mic, as y'all can probably tell. So I know it looks a little weird, but I just, this week we're going to be getting into some really fun stuff. We're going to be talking about camera angles and movements in this video. And really, what is the reason behind all these camera angles and movements, and how can we use them in our own videos at home? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Let's get into the video. Before we talk about any type of movement or, or camera angles, I think we need to talk about one thing that you all can use on your camera to get the best composition possible. What I mean by composition is, what will the best placement of your character on camera will make the most pleasing visual to the eye. So there's a tool that we use for this, and it's called the rule of thirds. I'm actually using it right now to shoot. I have my monitor set up. I'm looking into the camera, but I use my monitor when I'm setting up my shot because I want to be able to see those rule of thirds. And the rule of thirds are just 4 lines that break up the screen horizontally and vertically into 9 different boxes, right? So the rule of thirds is a tool that you all can use on most cameras. I know the iPhone has it, I'm pretty sure the Android has it, and I'm pretty sure that most cameras have it. And it's just a simple tool that you all can use to frame your characters. So for example, I'm using it right now. You'll see that I'm looking at my monitor right now, but I am on the point right here, and I'll put the rule of thirds over my screen so that you all can see. Technically, what most directors aim for is to have their character on one of these points. This point, this point, this point, or this point. So right now, I'm on this point in the screen, right? So this is technically, more pleasing to the eye. Not every film uses it. You don't necessarily have to use it, but it's a really great way to get some great composition in your photographs and in your camera. This is what you all can use to really step up your filmmaking. It's what differentiates the beginners from the intermediates to the advanced. You're using all these tools available to you. And now that you all know about the rule of thirds, I'm excited to see what you all can do with all these different points. Sorry, I'm trying to find them. All these different points, on your camera, and how to make a really interesting photo. So our first camera angle that we're going to be discussing today is called the wide shot. Now, you all probably have heard about this shot, and a lot of you all have seen it in anything that you watch on TV and movies at home. This is that shot that's kind of iconic. And this shot is so important because it's what shows the environment. It's something that you usually want to put in the beginning so that you can see, where are the characters, what's going on, where are we in the world? Are we in space? Are we in the desert? Are we, in a room? This shot is what we use to establish where we are and what's going on. And you can also call this shot a long shot or a full shot. And some people use these terms interchangeably. But for now, let's call it the wide shot. Usually when you say wide shot, you're looking at a lens that may be super wide. So for instance, let's say you all have your trusty iPhone. So the good thing about these iPhones is that you can zoom in and out by pulling your fingers together, and I'll show you all an example of this. But you're just going to pinch your fingers together like this on the screen and pull in and out. You would just do that like literally on the phone itself, like this, right? So you all can use that to create different, what we call focal lengths. And this is what allows you to get a super close-up shot or a wide shot. You can do this on any smartphone device, even if it's not an iPhone. You can do this at home. Think about that next time you go to, make a shot. Even if you don't want to do it that way, there's another way that you can take a wide shot. And this would be just by backing up, just get super, super far away from your subject. So that would be different from a close-up, which is going to be our next camera angle. So a close-up is another really important shot. Now this shot is able to really dig deep into those details that we all want to see. And this is what really differentiates movies from TV. Because have you all noticed maybe on your favorite sitcom, let's say, I don't know, we were just watching the show the other day with my cousins, Jessie, right? Jessie has these, usually wide shots. There aren't a lot of close-up shots that show someone's face super close up. Those are the type of shots that you normally will see on TV. But let's say a movie, you might be able to really get close up because we have way more time to shoot this film. So, hey, let's get all the details that we can get. So that's why in film you may see, these super close-up detail shots. And close-ups are so important because it really can show the emotion of your character. It's so fun when you have such a crazy character and you might just want to know, what's going on in that character's head? Well, that's how you would show what's going on in their head. You get that close-up shot, you can feel them closer to the camera. And I love close-up shots. They're probably my favorite shots I love to use. So this next shot is a shot that you can get if you don't necessarily want to get a close-up shot, but you don't want to be super far away from your character. You can get what is called a medium shot. Now, this shot is usually from the waist up, and there are different variations of this shot. Some of my favorites include the cowboy shot, which originated from just super old Western films that are actually really good films. I don't know if you guys have checked those out, but you should watch them when you can because they're super exciting. And that's what they call a cowboy shot because you wanted to be able to see the cowboy holding his pistol when he's getting ready to go for it with the duel between the two cowboys. So that's a really fun shot. And that's kind of like a variation of a medium shot. So the cool thing about medium shots is you can get creative with it. It doesn't necessarily have to just be from the waist up, you can get creative with it. And a medium shot is, it's a little bit, it's not, as close up to the character, but you're still able to get a sense of what that character is doing or feeling or, where they are in the room. A close-up, you might not be able to see anything going on around, but a medium shot, you usually can see if someone's next to the character or if they're in a room or a bathroom. You're able to see that through a medium shot, unlike a close-up. So I know we talked about this a little bit in the last episode, but I want to go into it a little bit further so that you all can really understand the difference between a pan and a tilt. First, I want to just go over a little bit with the camera here. What is a pan and what is a tilt? So the pan is something that we can all use in all of our films, whether you're shooting on your camera, shooting on your iPhone, shooting on any smartphone that you may have laying around. And it's a super great tool to create some movement within the shot. So here we have a pan. Now a pan just means that we're moving the camera from either left to right or from right to left in one smooth motion. So here we have the camera moving right to left and then left to right. A tilt is on another axis. It's going from down to up, down to up, or up to down. It's all up to you. Now, what we didn't talk about last time is what a pan and a tilt can really be used for. And I know we see it on a daily, a pan or a tilt, but how can we use it creatively and how can we make it stand out? I'm into horror films. I don't know about you all, but I love a good scary movie. And when I think about what makes the best scary movies, what comes to mind is really the tension that the camera creates for the characters on screen. And a lot of the time, it's just a simple tilt or a simple pan. Let's say we hear the music rising and rising and rising and rising and rising, and then the camera is slowly panning. And we're like, what's gonna come? What's gonna come? And then a monster just pops out of nowhere. Those are the tactics that you all can use in your own films at home to build tension. That's what makes really great movies. It's just thinking outside the box. What can we do to not just have the character necessarily pop out on camera, but what can we do to build the tension? Especially if it's a horror film. It doesn't even have to be a horror film. It could just be a drama film. The best dramas use tilts and pans all the time to maybe reveal the character in a new way that hadn't been done before. Another great way to use a tilt and a pan, it kind of goes hand in hand with that wide shot, is to establish the location. Especially if, say, we're at a farm and we can't get the entire farm into view. How about let's just pan over the entire farm and then we can see the vastness of it. We can see all the animals in the farmhouse. And maybe if it's a scary movie, then we can see a creature hide behind a tree while we're panning. And it's like, wait, what just happened? Like, we have to rewind that. We have to see it again. Those are the things that I love about filmmaking, because it's like we can make things so creative and we can jump outside the box. So these are the type of things I want to see you all try. Try out a pan on your smartphone and try to reveal the character, or a tilt and we see a car come into view, or something that can pop, something that says this is not just a film. We're taking it up a notch. You guys are talented filmmakers, so what can you do to take it up a notch? So the next camera angle that I want to show you all is the high angle shot. And this shot is a really great tool to get some creative, looks on your characters. And I'm sure you all have used this before, but maybe you just didn't know what it was called. And so it's also could be called as, the bird's eye view, because it's coming in from a super, super high angle. So I'll show you all what I mean by that. I'm gonna take my camera off. So let's say my subject was down on the floor below me, right? So the shot would literally be coming up from this super high angle and looking down. And it's just a way to make the character feel super, super small. Or maybe like, you're having this point of view from, say, like a giant. And it's like the giant is towering over your character. you may want to use this shot to make your character feel threatened or nervous, or maybe just overall just like scared. This is a great way to give your character some power here. Whoever's point of view it is, this is a great tool to give them some power. And so it's kind of vice versa when we're talking about from that low angle shot, right? So the low angle shot is also called the worm's eye view because it's kind of like as if we're a worm on the ground and we're looking up at whoever it could be. It could be a house, it could be a person, it could be a monster. It's like giving that character the power, and we're feeling weaker because we're seeing this super tall thing lean over us. So I'm gonna show you all again with the camera. Let's say we're looking at, you know, some super tall trees, and our shot, let's say our trees are way up there, right? Our shot is literally coming from all the way down here. So we're looking up at the trees. So these are some really great tools that you all can use. Once again, on your iPhone, on your smartphone, on your camera, you all can use this at home. You can test it out, see how it works for you, if you like it or not. Not every director does these types of shots. Every director has their own style, so that's the fun of it all. What can you do to bring out your own style, your own vision that you may have? I'm sure you all have some really great ideas, and I would love to see what you guys are working on, and you know, just get out there. And I can't wait to see you all in the next episode. We're gonna be talking about some really cool stuff. So hope you all learned from this one. I hope you all were able to learn from the last one as well. I know this one went way deeper into depth about, you know, these type of shots. Hopefully you all weren't too overwhelmed with all the information, but you all can come back, watch this video whenever you need, and you know, we can talk about it way more. And if you all have any requests, if you want to see something new, something that I didn't talk about before, just let Miss Alicia know and I can give you all some tips and tricks. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.